been regaled with all the pertinent details by now, I'm certain. One night in early August, Elon's boy Big Balls, the Grand Deacon of Doge, was walking his lady fair out to her Geo Metro in the hopes of averting ethnic molestation. A gaggle of what the media are charitably describing as teens, as if the ringleaders Jonathan Taylor Thomas circa 1995 start shouting and shitting and oh hell, let the Titan of Testes tell the tale.
And as we're walking to the car, there's a group of 10 guys right across the street. And as we get to the car and she begins to fumble for the keys, they start shouting at us. I rush her into the driver's seat. She's able to close the door behind her and lock the doors. And they slam me against the car. They start throwing a bunch of punches. I keep my hands up. I'm just like, all right, I'm getting a lot of punches here. I'm just trying to protect my head the best way that I can. I only came out with a broken nose and a concussion. It could have been a lot worse.
What transpired was an event utterly unheard of in the annals of Washington, D.C. A selfless act of bravery. Garganto-Gonad shoved his lady in the car and impelled her to hit the poorly paved road while he and his skull convened a fisticuff congressional hearing with the uppity youths. To cut a long story Shapiro, he got beaten like the Brewers. And if you have an X account, you know the rest. The story got around like Ashley St. Clair. Then 1.5 million other things happened in under a week, and one light rail slashing and assassination later, it had been forgotten quicker than Biden's anniversary. So the bad news is it's now in the hands of the courts. The worst news, the location of that court was in Washington, D.C. And so, stepping up to the plate for a steaming slab of injustice souffle, Big Balls came face to forehead with the Netflix reboot of Judge Dredd. D.C. Judge Kendra Briggs, when she isn't looking like Tommy Davidson in a whoopee wig, decided a merely two-tiered justice system was a bit much. So what the hey, let's cut that crap into quarters, allowing the two teens who outright mauled former Doge staffer Big Balls to cop her probationary plea for aggravated assault. Assault? Aggravated? First the hell off. What was the source of aggravation? Walking while white? And second, simple assault? Did you see the photos of the aftermath? My dude looks like a Street Fighter game over screen. I half expect Gal to tell him to go home and be a family man. If that ain't an outright murder attempt, what apart from your weave is? What, do they not convict carjackers in Wakanda? And I'd add the carjacking itself may in fact be a wafer-thin pretext to an age-old pastime in pinko metropolises, attempted gang rape.
Yeah, it was a really bad situation. And, you know, the carjacking didn't make a lot of sense because, like, it was like the cheapest car on the block. So it felt like there might have been something else going on there.
But I mean, really, who hasn't went out with the rest of the little rascals, turned to your fellow teeny boppers and inquired, hey, Stymie, Alfalfa, what say we Tasha Yar the living shit out of a white woman? Hey, Shaquanda Shaquota hire. What's the DC stand for? Dicking compulsory? Yeah, I get it. They're teenagers. So was Eric Menendez. Throw the book at these bitches. And by book, I mean the stone tablets from the 10 Commandments. Because we have officially had it up to the rafters with cities and states where justice requires a suntan. I've repeated the refrain so often, even I'm tired of hearing it. But of all the subterranean rot in our late-stage pseudo-republic, Judiciary is dying of the deepest infection by far. If legislative gets out of line, oh well, veto like the Dickens. Hell, look at Obama in his last term. That big-eared Bolshevik turned into Danny DeVito. It's your presidential power, and it's intended to preclude congressional constitution rape. Likewise, if the president goes off the reservation for some reason, Congress gets to impeach his ass. Or as we learned the last 8 years, it can impeach him for the unpardonable affront of winning an election twice. But if Judiciary goes into business for itself, good damn luck bringing the bitches in black robes back into line. The judicial impeachment process is more convoluted than a modern Final Fantasy plot, and that's why the last time we tried it was when the founding fathers still walked the earth, and even that was a political witch hunt. We will have justice when the judge can hang. So when Judge Kendra Sharifa Latifa Bunifa Briggs claims kicking these kids into the probation system affords them a better opportunity to rehabilitate from an encounter with society, understand what's really being said here. Criminal justice isn't about rehabilitating criminals from their encounters with society. It's about rehabilitating society from its encounter with criminals. You already cashed in your Wonka ticket, Tyrone. Next time, leave the gobstoppers alone and keep right on a walking. Because if you try that shit in a city with a civilization, quicker than a hiccup, you'll be back in the pokey sucking on a gobstopper of an entirely new texture and taste. Mange on it till I feel a draft, dickhead. I'm Razor Fist. Godspeed!
Excuse me? Who the heck is this?
I've got balls of steel.
Balls of steel. What is that? Hello?
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum. And I'm all out of gum.
Who did that? Hold on 1 minute.
That's not me. Somebody's playing a joke on someone again.
You think that's fucking funny? Do you fucking think I'm fucking laughing?
I've got
Who the
balls
fuck
of
is this? Get out my
steel.
fucking
I've got
goddamn
balls
shit.
of steel.
Get the
I've
fuck
got balls
off
of
my
steel.
fuck off my
I'll rip
goddamn
your head
thing.
off and shit down your neck.
Get the fuck off! You just watch when I find your goddamn ass. I'm gonna rip your fucking balls and ram them down your goddamn throat and make you a new fucking box. Do you fucking understand me? I'm gonna make you a faggot when I find your goddamn ass. I'm gonna ram my fucking fist up your ass.
Balls,
with all my
balls,
goddamn
balls, 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 balls,
And I got
balls of steel.